Why am I Lester?
Lester the Molester, of course.
No!
Yeah, Mr.
And,
Molester.
and why not have the hand black?
Um, for some reason, my thumbs up is black too. I don't know what happened. It's the default. I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
Good news. I've just heard back from 2 of my 3 potential new guests this season.
Yeah.
My friend Sydney said she would love to be on Roman Holiday.
Okay.
Very excited. And I
Is
just
that a
heard
Nancy
back.
Myers movie?
It's the Audrey Hepburn one. I don't know who
Oh,
did it, and then my friend Geneva, the 300 movies this year stand-up comic, said she would
yeah.
also love to be on. So I'm gonna send her a list to see what she
Hell
would
yeah.
maybe like. And I
Hell yeah.
developed this season, and I totally forgot about Marina and Alex's April Fool's episode.
Oh, I could always dust that one off. Yeah, of course.
So I'll have to kick one of them out for the April Fool's episode. Because
Not burying the worms.
Barry and the Worms isn't on this season. I was gonna put it on next season.
A long promised.
So I'll kick one out so they can do Twilight.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'll just push that.
A little semi-pro.
Push that and do that, maybe. Okay. Yeah, a little semi-pro.
All right.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I don't feel well anymore.
Because the Vikings lost.
It's been a rough ass week. I'll say that much.
We did 512 prescriptions by the time I left on Monday, down 3 people with 5 boxes of warehouse that were not expected to come in, and 400 pickups.
That's tough. That's a tough day.
A big day. It was a big one.
We lost by 40 in our first girls game.
Ooh. I thought you said you were ready. You knew the zones.
We did not know the zones at all. The zones killed us, in fact.
You're gonna pound zones this week.
We did that's exclusively what we worked on today, and it won't make a difference. But how's that?
Let's do some semi-pro.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you done coughing?
No. Yes.
The video is recording. I see it.
Pimp, yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, play.
Movie.
It's a movie.
Movie.
A movie.
Movie.
We gotta retardando. We gotta slow down because we were picking it up. We're going movie. We go movie.
Like the perfect parabola of a 3-pointer.
Yes, exactly. Like a Doppler effect of sound that Sheldon talks about during the Big Bang Theory.
I'm off young Sheldon reels now. I'm on to the middle reels.
Marina, during postpartum, Marina watched all of the middle. She watched the whole thing.
It's much better exclusively in 30-second clips on Facebook Reels out of order.
Seth's also watching middle, if you were wondering.
It's funny. It's good.
The little kid looks so weird. He's
weird.
He's an ugly looking kid.
Yeah, but better than Sheldon. I was talking about that with Alex. But we have
a movie.
Some Lovin' Me Sexy.
Yeah, so Semi-Pro opens. It's set in 1976. Jackie Moon is a singer who has used his profits from his one-hit single, Baby, Won't You Tell Me to Love Me Sexy,
about the Flint Tropics,
to buy a basketball team in the American Basketball Association, the ABA, called the Flint Tropics, and he's become the owner, the head coach, and the starting power forward for the team.
Yeah.
You're great at
Big
celebrity
dude.
heights. How tall's Will Ferrell?
6'4".
Might be
6'4" is the guess. Will Ferrell height. 6'3". I'm off an inch. I'm in my zone.
you're within. I was gonna say 6 probably felt like the safe guess because I didn't think he was taller than 6'4", but he could have been
It's
6.
they I think he ostensibly pulls off a power forward build in this movie.
I
He's
think so
big and
too.
tall.
His play style, yeah.
Yeah, he's upright.
Yeah.
Put the ball in his hands, a little face up action. Yeah, but
Pass it back. Pass
yeah,
it back.
he's got some skill.
I do like it. And you get all the info about the troubles of the Flint Tropics from newspaper headlines while Jackie Moon just keeps singing in the intro credits. And I put, this song is a bop. I love Love Me Sexy.
Love Me Sexy's good. Yes.
And the Tropics are getting ready to start the first game of the movie. But without the season, I don't know if it was the first game of the season, but without their best player, Clarence Black.
Coffee Black, the best name in the whole movie. Andrew 3K, yeah.
And they play very small crowd. It's not a huge market in Flint, Michigan. But Clarence shows up partway through the first half, just comes in late, immediately taps in, and just starts torching the opposing teams. This guy is good.
He's great. But it doesn't matter much to the fans there, right? Like you said, it's a pretty empty arena. There's a small pop when he comes in, but there's not triple digits fans there, doesn't seem.
I do like that the organization itself with Andy Richter and Andy what's his name? Andy Daly.
Yeah.
Andy Daly and Will Arnett. Like those small market like announcers and podcasters and things like that. They enjoy their time doing their thing
good
with
infrastructure.
The small
good job. They all those jobs. Like they come to the Paddleheads games. So I'm sure it's the same at the Mustangs and everything.
Yeah. The Mustang games aren't as fun as the Paddleheads. The Paddleheads go bigger, the gimmicks. But Sammy B, yeah.
I don't know if he's going to do it. I heard this was like his last year or something, but he is like a pretty stellar entertainer.
Yeah,
at his job. He's too good for the Pioneer League. As much as we love him.
Or like I know it's the NBA, but it's a small market NBA team. Who's that announcer for the Charlotte Hornets that just goes nuts?
Yeah. No, I don't know. But yeah, he's amazing. Yeah.
If anybody hasn't, look up like Charlotte Hornets announcer Miles Bridges. This guy goes nuts. Like most people would be like, "Oh, he hit the three," or "A major slam," or something. Oh my gosh! How did Miles fucking Bridges? You're like, whoa.
He's great. The Wolves guys, I love. Not just because I'm a Wolves fan, but their color guy used to be a coach up until recently for the Lynx, an assistant coach, and he's like crazy basketball savant and not like a homer either. I get smarter watching every Wolves game. It's crazy.
He gives you the insight, like a good color commentary with like analytics and play-by-play.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's like former players who, God bless them, aren't like the most articulate at times. It's especially
Charles Barkley.
Well, he's amazing. He's like the best one. But like watching like Dominique Wilkins for the Hawks, he is like such a bad speaker, and yeah, he's the worst. I hate Dominique.
They've got some good ones now with like Reggie Miller's great. Richard Jefferson's really good.
I love Jeff Van Gundy. He's another one that makes you smarter watching.
I love Jeff Van Gundy. Yeah, he's right. Yeah. Can't leave out Kevin Harlan and Mike Breen. They're all pretty good.
All the color guys, yeah.
What I'm saying is that the people that are at the professional level are pretty good at their jobs.
Well, and I think are connoisseurs of this type of thing.
We're some of the best of small market color commentary for movies.
Analysis, yes.
But he comes in, he immediately starts torching them, and at halftime, you said it's a small crowd. They've got a couple people, including Dukes.
Our boy Jackie Earl Haley, a smelly hippie who needs to launch the moon shot. It was at a full court length shot to I
think it was 3/4.
75 feet.
Yeah. For 10K.
For 10K with a big giant check from the bank. And lo and behold, Duke hits it. Amazing. Crazy shot.
Just absolutely lands it. Everybody's freaking out. Jackie's upset because he's the owner, not because he lost 10,000.
Yeah.
He can't do it.
Can't pay Dukes. He's gonna give him a fake check.
But post game, Jackie heads to the Kremlin, a bar that I think he owns, a nightclub that he owns.
I think so.
Because he just started going in up to the DJ table, just put on his song instead. But he meets with his team in the club that tomorrow morning he will be headed to Indianapolis to discuss an ABA NBA merger with the ABA commissioner.
They're pretty hyped. That'd be sick. They could play in the big leagues, make some real money. Yeah.
That's a huge jump. And so he goes to meet with them. The ABA commissioner announces a plan to merge the league, but only 4 teams will move to the more established league. The Tropics, who are the worst team in the league, are in danger of dissolving. The big 4 that are going to be moving on include the Nets, the Spurs, the Pacers, and the Nuggets. But in response to this, Jackie argues that it's only right that the teams with the 4 best records overall should be merged into the NBA. And after some rallying behind the other owners, the commissioner reluctantly accepts Jackie's offer.
Not maybe the most sound financial decision. But yeah, they're back in the game here.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck.
It's kind of like.
Yeah, I was just.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say it's not really a masterful gambit though on Mr. Moon's part, because the Flint Tropics are horrific and are always like the worst team in the league. So
yeah,
it's still a long shot.
Almost like a 3/4 moonshot.
Almost like a moonshot.
He saw a long shot go in, so he said, "I'm going to take my own long shot." Whoa!
I don't know about that.
It's kind of like the whole soccer Premier League stuff with the relegation and the promotion.
Yeah, I love that. I do like that.
I really enjoyed it. I've always thought, like, what if the worst team just gets sent to the XFL and bring the best team up? Yeah. Let's just see what happens.
It'd be interesting. Absolutely.
It's high stakes in soccer. Like,
oh, for sure. Well, there's like in English soccer, there's like 15 leagues, levels of leagues and everything that go all the way down to like your boys drinking beer at the pitch, but they're like still in the same association soccer as like Manchester United. Theoretically, if they had 15 years of good runs, they could make it to the Premier League. The fucking
your boys down at the pub, who make $20 an hour are now just in the Premier League.
I'm pretty sure every citizen in Britain is in the English Soccer Association.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. But now that the Tropics have somewhat of a shot to be an NBA franchise, Jackie makes a move. He trades away the team's washing machine to the Kentucky Colonels.
Which they were mad about. Yeah.
They were pissed. For backup point guard Ed Monix, or I guess he was a starting point guard for the Colonels, but former backup point guard for the NBA champion Boston Celtics.
Yeah, exactly. A champion, a vet, steady presence. That's a good move. It appears there are 9 levels.
That's crazy.
Nope. 11 levels?
I thought there was only 3.
Below level 11, the pyramid becomes regional, and the cups become accordingly regional. Okay, here we are. Here we actually are. 11. And after that, there's level 12. Here's level 13. Holy fucking shit. All the way down to level 20. Yeah.
There's like 12 teams per, so that's 240 teams all vying and moving every year?
Well, much more than that, because it looks like in level 18 there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 separate divisions, all with at least 10 clubs. Same with the 7. I don't know how you get promoted at that point. They have it figured out.
So in I mean, like, England's a very established country and it's got a good population, but it's a small country in comparison
population
to the United States. No, just land-wise. In that especially. Small area, they have thousands of teams just within one league of soccer that are all associated, and you can go up or down.
Like there's the Lancashire and Cheshire Amateur League. It's the lowest one I can find. Founded in 1909. Level 14 to 19 on the pyramid.
It's a century old.
This league. It is superior to the Manchester League. The current champions are Moston Brook for the Premier Division there, Hazel Grove for Division 1, And none of these teams even have Wikipedia pages either, unfortunately. So this is crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
Ed Monix comes into the team and he's ready to change the dynamic of it. They're all lackadaisical. They're all lackadaisical, taking it back. They're not going to try hard. He's been in the big leagues. He's going to bring a work ethic to the team. But first, he goes to a woman's home.
No, not like a home for women, a lady's house.
A lady's house. Him and this lady had some sort of, I think her name was Lynn, had some sort of previous relationship, and he chose to come to Flint for her. Not really for basketball, it's for her.
He could have, yeah. But she's married to a totally cool dude.
Was she officially married? I don't know what they're.
I think they were married, or maybe fiance or something.
They were living together in the 60s. They were probably married, or 76. They were probably married. But she's in a new relationship. But her new boyfriend loves Ed Monix. It's like, you're my favorite player.
He's a little fanboy. Yeah.
You here to meet my wife?
He'd be fine. It looks like Mosen Brook has 4 teams, an over 60 team, an over 65 team, and an over 70 team. I mean, these chaps look like they're athletic football players here too. They have like a real page. This is crazy. This is like the 12,000th best soccer team. Crazy.
Does everyone there just play soccer? Like,
of course. Let's check out the page for. Oh wait, we can't actually click on them. Never mind. The players, is that a thing? Okay, I guess you can't actually click on them, but there is a G Nicholson in the house.
Okay, good to know. But you see Ed Monix's other motive. It's to be with his ex-girl. And Jackie takes a night to go play cards with, the Tropics broadcasters and workers. When Lou Redwood starts talking about the war, when Cornelius calls him a JT, am I allowed to say this phrase?
A jive turkey? I think yes. Well, they make a big deal. I think it's satire that they make a big deal. I think, of course, jive turkey is not a bad thing to say. I don't think.
What does that actually mean?
It means like you're not cool.
Oh, okay.
You're not jiving. You're turkey.
It felt very racially charged, like he said the N-word. Like everybody going around.
I think no.
He called you a cocksucker. Like I put in my notes. Cornelius calls him a jive turkey. Am I allowed to say this? Like I didn't know.
You can. That's the satire.
Yeah. But Lou is so upset in there about being called a jive turkey that he pulls a gun on him. But it was all a joke. The gun's not loaded, so they all pretend to shoot themselves and shoot each other. It reminded me of that. This is the end scene in there too, where he's got the prop gun. Bang, bang, bang.
Reminded me of the Deer Hunter when they played Russian roulette.
Ooh, they're similar. All of these are similar movies. But there was one lone bullet in there that goes ricocheting around the room when Jackie tosses the gun onto the table. It hits Cornelius in his broken cast in his arm. He's just bleeding out.
Yeah, of course, it's a mix, and I think it's also kind of poking fun at like the NBA culture of that era where there were a lot of like guns and cocaine.
There were a lot of guns. So they're on the bus to the next game, out of town game. The whole team, aside from Clarence, is enamored with previous NBA player Monix. Clarence doesn't buy into the new guy hype, as he calls him a bench warmer. He was in the NBA, but he didn't do shit. He didn't earn that ring.
No, he rode Bill Russell's coattails ostensibly. Bill Russell, maybe? Was he in that era?
56. Well, I guess it's at the Ed Monix is towards the end of his career, so they probably overlapped. Yeah.
Maybe like the Dave Cowens era.
65 ring. Yeah, they crossed. Clarence says that he will never come off the bench for somebody. That's not who he is. If he has to come off the bench, he's in the wrong area.
He's like Mello. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And they get to the game, and Jackie is early on in the game. Jackie Moon gets ejected from a game after a traveling call. And then he erupts on the ref. Says some very cruel stuff.
Well, the ref returns volley, Brandon.
He does return volley. about his mother not being his mother being in HE double hockey sticks.
Yeah. Rough thing to
It's
say though.
like because he crossed the line, Jackie subsequently forfeits the game and has his team walk off on Father Pat the ref, over Jackie's dead mother not being in heaven. And then you cut to a scene where Jackie meets up with Dukes, and Duke's like, "Yeah, I tried to cash the check and it didn't clear." And
Gotta go to a big bank too.
It's a big check. You got to go to a big bank. Find a big bank. Oh, okay.
Oh shit, yeah.
Not important to the story at all. I just think it's hilarious, the Duke storyline. But soon the commissioner comes to the team. After a couple games, he reveals that as well as being one of the top 4 record-having teams in the ABA, the Tropics will also need a stable fan base and have an attendance of at least 2,000 fans at every remaining home game of the season. Otherwise, they are a non-profitable team and they cannot be called up.
Which Jackie's like, fuck, this fucks us, right? Because now they're actually winning some games, but yeah, it makes sense. But now Jackie does get to do what he does best, market his ass off.
He's a great marketer, super good.
Good marketer. Got some money.
How many people do you think were in the stands beforehand? Like 85?
Probably, yeah, maybe like 100 scattered throughout.
It just needed
2,000
increased by 20 fold. Yeah. So the Tropics are on broadcast TV this week, so they want everyone to tune into their game. So Jackie unleashes a secret weapon of his to get everybody to tune in. Makeup. You gotta look pretty for the cameras. So you're gonna put some eyeliner on, some mascara.
Forgot about that. Yeah. It's gonna pop on the cameras, Vakitis. Yeah.
Vakitis. So the plan goes south quickly.
The sweat bleeds them into their eyes. Yeah. Burning it off.
None of them can see. Their eyes are starting to burn, and one of them, Ed Monix, didn't put on eyeliner like the rest of the team because he's a professional. So one of the guys from the other team starts picking on Monix for not wearing eyeliner and everything. So they start to fight, but then they say, "Hold up, we can't be fighting on TV. The commissioner's watching."
Wait till TV. Yeah.
Wait till go timeout, media timeout.
Start whooping ass.
Brawl.
Whooping ass, and then they're back on when TV's back too. They're fine.
Also, a brawl will always increase fan enjoyment.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's a bad call on that. They may have been mad. The commissioner may have been mad at them, but the fans would have loved that shit.
Fans would have loved that. You're like, we got to come to this next game if they're going to keep fighting.
Malice in the Palace, yeah.
It upset me when we went to the Grizz hockey games when they first started before we left Missoula, because they didn't let them fight in college.
Yeah, I think a kid died once, maybe in college doing that, which is kids die fucking eating slugs. I saw a thing that kid ate a slug and he died.
I saw a Facebook reel.
I did.
Actually, I think I saw this too. The kid ate the slug and it was a poisonous slug and he died. I remember this.
Yeah. He was like in a coma for a year and then he just fucking did it.
Yeah, no, I've seen this exact video. I've seen this kid die from that slug. Do not eat slugs. Died.
Yeah, or your dogs. Let it only your dogs eat slugs.
The first ever Grizz hockey game. I know, right? The first ever Grizz hockey game I went to happened to be Cat Grizz. It was like their opening game. It was Cat Grizz. We're like, hell yeah! Marina and I got there early. We're like on the ice, like standing at the glass. And 5 minutes into the match, one of the Cats players takes a hard hit and falls, lands on his knee, shattered his kneecap. Stretch had to come out, pull him on the ice across, and it was like right in front of us, like right in front of the glass. We're like, this is terrible, but it rocks.
That is gnarly.
Yeah. But the eyeliner's not a good idea. That didn't go well. And after the whole fighting and everything, it's halftime. Monix erupts on the team in the locker room, as they don't care about the game of basketball, and they aren't a team. Just a bunch of selfish assholes playing for themselves.
Had this talk many times with my middle school girls, yeah.
Oh, really?
Play like a bunch of assholes out here, girls.
Play like a team. Learn a fucking zone defense. Don't be an asshole.
Come on. We know this shit. You're playing like an asshole, Jenny.
Oh, not Jenny. She seems so sweet.
Jenny, we don't have a Jenny. Yeah.
And Monix beefs with Clarence in there because Clarence once again calls him a bench warmer and he was nothing. But he tells Clarence that he's never going to make it the NBA. He's never going to make it in there. And if he really wants it so bad, take my Celtics championship ring to show that I don't care about that shit. I care about the game itself, not about the accolades.
Ballsy move.
And so Monix leaves at halftime. He does. He leaves at halftime angrily, walks out, breaks a window on a car, which unbeknownst to him was a cop car, so he gets arrested.
Been there.
You've been arrested?
Yes.
What?
No, I've never been arrested. I've gotten sternly talked to for having expired plates on. Yeah.
Oh. I've gotten one speeding ticket.
I don't think I've ever gotten I have gotten one speeding ticket.
And one parking ticket.
And one molestation charge. That you beat. You were innocent.
I don't want to even hear that. I don't want the charge on my record at all.
Yeah, it's often now your lawyer beat the case, put the gloves on.
My one speeding ticket, I was driving down a road near the neighborhood of ours, and it's 45 there. And I was coming up on the K-8 school, and they were putting a new scoreboard in at the football field. So I was watching them kind of put that in as I was driving. I was looking over, and I didn't realize that I passed the school zone speed limit sign. It drops from 45 to 15, like that. And there's a cop right there, pulled me over, and I was like, fuck, he got me doing 47. And so he pulled me over, and he's like, now you're in a school zone doing double the speed limit. This could be reckless driving for you, and then you'll have to go to court. He's like, but you obviously know that you made a mistake. And I was like, yeah, I apologize. So he's like, I'm just going to give you a ticket. So he gave me the ticket, but because it's in a school zone, it's an expensive ticket. And I looked at the ticket, and it doesn't let you pay online. You either have to mail it in or all this shit. Yeah. So I looked at the ticket, and it said $100. So I sent it in, and then they respond to me saying, hey, your case is being taken to court because you didn't pay the full fine. I was like, it said $100 on there. They're like, yeah, but you were in a school zone, so you had to pay $300. It's like, I couldn't figure out the amount. It said $100 on the ticket.
Should have a itemized bill on there, yeah.
And so then they were like, well, because of that, you have to pay 4 $75 installments. I was like, that's $100 more. Can't I just pay the full thing now? They let me pay the full thing now, but I was pissed.
Always, my knowledge is always, if you can, go talk to the judge about it, because they'll usually be like, this is fucking stupid, get out of here. You're fine. That's in my experience, in my mom's experience.
Get a good divorce lawyer for your speeding tickets. Call Shelly Brander.
Shelly Brander. That's her girl.
Shelly Brander, LC. So he gets bailed out that night by Lynn.
By Lynn, his old girlfriend. They're gonna go get it on. You see that our sponsor, Emergence Divestis, is down a board member.
Yeah, guys, Emergence Divestis lost a board member.
And of course we have nothing to do with it, but it's a scary times. Or exciting times. You know, they may get some they may get some hot new young buck in there.
Or like
them in vigor.
Or like a veteran like Monix. Somebody that's been around the block. Who knows?
Who's banging this lady.
So Lynn bails him out of jail and talks to him about how he cheated on her. But the reason that they broke up isn't because he cheated. It's because he hates himself so much that it's impossible for anyone else to love him.
A lot of character with Monix, you know.
And he's about to make out with Lynn in the locker room because that's where they're hanging out right now. When Clarence and a couple others come into the locker room. Whoa, did you almost fall?
So he can't get it on the locker room then.
No, but they find Monix and they let him know that they actually took what he said to heart and they want him to coach the team instead of Jackie because he actually knows the game of basketball. And he's like, I'll think about it. And then it immediately cuts as like, you know the game of basketball, Jackie doesn't. It's Jackie dressed up as a sun. And you've got starfish and seahorses and they're choreographing a dance.
It is great though. And they do nail it.
The dance?
Yes.
I love how the whole team's in on it too. They're not like, come on,
they're not like
Jack.
dancers.
They're like, yeah.
He's a great leader.
So they tell Jackie about that they want Monix as the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator and the coach. And he takes the news very poorly, but they decide they're like, you know what? You can remain head coach and promote the team. Monix will just be the OC and the DC. Let him do the basketball stuff. You do the coaching stuff and the promoting.
You do the ownership. Yeah. You're the owner. You're still our coach.
And so Monix is his first day as a coordinator, trains the team rigorously with a play he calls the puke.
The puke.
As the players are to run it without a ball until they vomit. It's not to show off the flash.
Jackie's never vomited.
No, he hasn't. It's to get the play ingrained in your mind. So when you're on the edge of puking and completely exhausted, you can remember this play regardless.
Still know the play. You still know the zone play to break it down. Yeah.
You should make your middle schoolers puke tomorrow.
In the game? I hope not.
Oh, I didn't know your game was tomorrow. Next practice, you're gonna
Friday.
Do this.
I do owe them ice cream for dressing up a bunch of them, so they could probably throw that up.
Or we could get a crew of like Kevin and Jordy and Carter and play with them, and they'll probably just puke in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, regardless. I mean, I'm always on the verge. Yeah, exactly. I did 2 sets of like dribble and defensive slides with the girls. I was like, holy fucking shit.
So, you're always on the verge. Kevin always needs to take a break mid-game to get water. Mm-hmm. Carter's always puking. Jordy's always puking. You know Jordy's about to puke because his mouth gets all white.
He's usually like that. Fine look.
So he trains them real hard. Jackie's never puked. He finally pukes, though, from the puke.
He did it. They know the play.
The Tropics, they start to go on a little heater. They begin playing better with Monix, as well as the increased intensity of Clarence. Coffee black.
As well as some attendance still going on. Yeah, they're rolling.
And although the Tropics are winning their game against their next game against the Nets, Jackie, he's like, we're going to win, but let's not score anymore. He tries to sabotage them scoring again. Or else they a marketing banner. Free corn dogs if we score 125 points.
But Vakaitis doesn't know English, Brandon. So he didn't get the message.
He never expected their team to score 125 points.
Yeah, exactly. But now that they're back, they're in.
And so he's doing his best. He's fouling his own players. He's blocking shots off the backboards. But yeah, Vakaitis gets it, scores the bucket. He owes everybody corn dogs now. That's another huge loss of money.
He just like runs out, don't they, right?
He does. He just takes off.
Just books it.
I did get very excited at the Grizz games, the Grizz basketball games, where if they won and scored 73 points, you got free chili from Wendy's.
Which I don't think I ever took them up on.
I did once.
My middle school history teacher told us once that when he was a teenager or in his early 20s, he had a friend who worked at Wendy's and he took a shit in the chili and nobody noticed. So I don't eat the Wendy's chili.
Why'd you have to tell me that? I love Wendy's chili.
There could be a dookie in there.
There could.
I would imagine. But yeah, that was a gnarly thing to tell some 12-year-olds.
Honestly. And I just started getting the chili cheese fries instead of the Baconator fries. No, why do you have to tell me? Now I'm eating.
They wouldn't. No. They wouldn't.
They better not.
So they would have killed people. I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, honestly. What did they do before chili at the grid? Oh, they did the Freddy's frozen custard. You got a free custard.
Never took it up either.
Me either.
But I do like it.
Freddy's?
No, the marketing campaign. I like Freddy's.
Yeah. And so from Monix's training, oh wait, I missed this. Under Monix, the Tropics take the game seriously, and they score, albeit his attempts from stopping them scoring. And Monix's training gets the Tropics on a winning streak. They've gone from last to 5th.
Wow, they're on that verge. Got the talent and the drive and the attendance.
And Monix, he goes over to Lynn's house again. He tries to propose to her.
They get it on. And she's like,
I want to be with you, but I don't know what to do with Kyle. And Kyle's just like, hey guys. And they're like, hey Kyle, can you go to some roadside off the highway store to buy something for us? And so he's like, yeah, of course I'll buy something for you, Ed. So he leaves. They start to fuck.
I got it on. Was like 12-year-old Lukas watching this was pretty horny watching this, yeah.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's sex scene.
But Ed comes back because he forgot his wallet, walks in on them having sex.
Watches.
Yeah, he doesn't mind. He just sits and
he jerks off.
Jerks off until they notice him jerking it, and Monix leaves. Then he's like, no, I'm not doing that. Whatever this is.
Come on, Kyle.
He's the ultimate cuck. Good Dr. Pepper. And the commissioner, he's coming to Flint soon. And although the attendance has been climbing, they're not hitting 200 fans at home, 2,000 fans at the home games. So Jackie begins to stage extremely desperate stunts, like jumping 47 feet on rollerblades over the cheerleaders. And one
males, yeah.
One includes wrestling a bear named Dewey after the conclusion of a game. The bear wrestling is a nightmare, as Jackie turns his back to Dewey overconfidently after punching him in the face a couple times, and begins to get mauled.
And then Dewey escapes, and the lights go out, and it's terrifying. And then, of course, we talked about that this bear actually killed people. So
exactly,
an interesting Chekhov's gun from the bear in his real life.
Yeah, everyone leaves the stadiums running off screaming just as the commissioner shows up.
Have I told you that I taught the kids what Chekhov's gun is in English class? I think everything's a Chekhov's gun.
Is that Chekhov's gun?
The Chekhov's gun? No, that's the character's name. He's being introduced. Yeah.
Is the gun in Of Mice and Men Chekhov's gun?
It kind of is a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Chekhov's gun.
Is them introducing a character Chekhov's gun?
What is this, kids? Chekhov's gun. No, this is a thesis statement. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, the commissioner shows up after all the mayhem with the bear. He tells them that the NBA does not think that Flint has a large enough media market. And regardless if they beat the first place San Antonio Spurs on Saturday and make it to fourth place, they will be not allowing the Tropics into the NBA.
Harsh, but I mean, probably not fair, but like maybe the right decision.
The right decision for sure.
For sure. So of course they're pissed, but Jackie, always the marketer, always the inventor, the spirited one, decides to turn this final home game, right, the championship game, into the Mega Bowl.
Got a big Mega Bowl, but
blowing it out.
He's just stressed about the news. And he admits that he stole the song Love Me Sexy from a napkin that his mother wrote on 3 weeks before she died.
Which I think is fine.
Yeah, totally fine. I don't care.
He's guilty.
She wrote Love Me Sexy on a napkin, and you created a song about that? Great.
Yes, it's in the world now. That would have never happened.
But now that he's realizing all his assets, including the team and the song, are basically stolen, Jackie trades Clarence to the Spurs, who are the number one team, so that he may realize his dream in the NBA. He's got the talent.
It's a benevolent move. Yeah, he wants Coffee to go make his dream now that he can't do it with the Tropics.
And before leaving for San Antonio, Clarence goes one last time to Monix at a bar to ask why he's still doing all this after playing in the NBA, after blowing out his knee, after winning a championship ring. Monix doesn't answer, but Clarence returns the championship ring back to him. He's a changed man.
They're good. Yeah, and I don't think Monix knows. I think the answer is that's something he'll never quit, right? But
yeah. And so Monix, still on the team, still plugging away, finds a dejected Jackie lying in a dumpster in an alleyway. To thank him for showing him the love of the game of basketball again. He had missed that out on his life being with the NBA and being here on the small market team getting to be a coordinator and pushing people showed him that he loved the game still. And then he inspires the team to leave everything on the court, as while they may not be able to continue the franchise after this season, they've come very far and still have a lot to prove.
It's an overall success story. He alleges.
And so the team's gonna put it all out there in their final game of the season in what Jackie coins and promotes as the Mega Bowl.
Let's play Mega Bowl. They love it. They blow it out.
So the last game of the season against the Spurs begin. Tropics fall behind so quick. They're just getting destroyed.
They're their ass kicked. Coffee Black's kicking their ass too. He's out there showboating. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Wait, he's not there yet.
He's riding the bench.
That's right.
He's riding the bench for the Spurs, and as he's about to get subbed into the game, he fakes an injury to not go in against his old team.
That's right.
He said, I got this hemorrhoid ass problem. I can't go in.
Andre. Probably some good ad-libbing there.
Oh, I didn't even mean that. The Andre asshole.
Welcome to Chez Andre.
I was just making a joke about hemorrhoids, but...
Andre's asshole, yeah.
Welcome to Chez Andre.
And so he rides the bench. In the closing seconds of the first half, Jackie gets fouled hard by the player. His name's Petrelli. That's playing for the Spurs. He was on the Kentucky Colonels earlier that they fought at the media timeout. He gets fouled hard for him while going up for a shot and is injured.
He is. He gets sent to the nether realm, to heaven.
Yeah, he's completely unconscious, dead. And Clarence decides he's seen enough and rushes into the Tropics locker room with the rest of the team, which angers the Spurs players and coach. And he says, "You're not going to play for us ever again."
Good.
But Clarence doesn't care. He's going to play for his team. But during halftime, an unconscious Jackie imagines that he's in heaven with his mother, Patti LaBelle.
Imagines? Yeah, a very black lady. I don't know if it's imagining. He might be having a vision.
He's just in heaven with Patti LaBelle
because he gets a secret recipe. Well, she forgives him basically. That's fine. You can steal.
Yeah, he apologizes for stealing the song.
And here's a new play, Jackie.
Your secret weapon. So, awaking in the locker room, he tells the team what they're going to do to win. They're going to unleash the secret play. And back on the court, they reveal their new weapon.
The alley-oop.
Alley-oop.
Lob. A lob threat.
And with the return, why are you ripping that into the microphone? Don't play with lint rollers.
Sorry.
Quit playing with the lint roller. That's going to be the worst. With the return of Clarence on their team, it's very effective. He's got mad hops. No, put that down.
Yeah, he skies over everyone. The ref at first has no idea what this play is. Calls the foul. He can't just go flying through the air like that. He tells them.
Yeah,
he can just do that. But after some negotiating, some
persuasion,
some looks at the rule book, the alley-oop is good, is legal, and they run it to death.
They really do. There's no stopping it. You don't know what they're gonna do. It's like a 1-3-1 zone.
That's figured out on the fly. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, on the fly?
On the fly. He's flying like a bird.
So they take advantage of this strategy over and over, and they begin the comeback. But the Spurs, they start to learn how to defend against the alley-oop. So Monix takes a charge. They get an out-of-bounds play, and they call to run the puke with 12 seconds left, down by 2 points. It's 115 to 117. And the play gives Jackie the ball. He goes up for it, but gets fouled hard again by Petrelli with 2 seconds.
Why would you draw it up with Jackie to have the ball at the end there? But
yeah, not the former NBA player or
the Coffee Black,
soon to be NBA player,
the club owner. Yeah.
So 2 seconds left. He gets hit. He's hard. He's going to the line. He's going to shoot some free throws. And Jackie Moon, of course, Rick Barry inspired, shoots granny style.
Yes, of course. The more effective way, I think, statistically proven.
It is actually. You're correct.
Many people said that. Yeah.
But he sinks the first basket. Time for the second one. Misses, rebounds off, and Monix jumps through the air. White man that can jump here.
Wow, that's probably the reference.
Tips it in right at the buzzer for 2 more points to score for the Tropics.
They win. They win the Mega Bowl.
They're in 4th place.
They're Mega Bowl champions. Yeah, confetti, fireworks, all the stuff. Yeah.
And the coach of the Spurs offers Clarence his position back on the team and a spot in the NBA now. And he hesitates, but he accepts. It's
little, yeah, everything has to work out at the end. Yeah.
And the now former ABA commissioner offers Jackie a position on the staff of the NBA, on the staff of the NBA assistant commissioner as a marketing director. He's seen how he's drawn a crowd to Flint.
Absolutely.
So why not?
Wrestling bears, all sorts of shit. The choreography, yeah, he loves it.
And so just as Jackie is about to accept the commissioner's offer, the commissioner gets mauled by the bear that Jackie wrestled earlier. And that is the end.
A little bit of a
semi-pro.
A cop-out ending, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's semi-pro. It's a semi-pro movie.
And there's some post-credit scenes. Dukes, he gets a letter in the mail. He gets $2,300 cash, and he will get the rest when he finishes his buyout at Duke. After he finishes his buyout, and Dukes is just yelling, "Bitchin', bitchin', bitchin'," over and over and over. And that is the end of semi-pro.
Okay, I didn't stick around for that one. Interesting. Bitchin'.
You missed out on him.
The end of the Duke story, of course. And that's the end of our story, Brandon.
But no, it's not. We've got Quirrs.
I thought we don't do those anymore. No, we do. We do. Tease it. Yeah.
Do you have quotes?
No.
Dang.
I have 11. Participate. How many did you have last time? Like 40? 19. Okay. I mean, 11 is good for quippy comedy with Will Ferrell, yeah.
And I was trying to limit myself. I think the most quotable lines in this are probably the Andy Daly, Will Arnett going back and forth with each other, color commentary.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. But you can go on for pages with that, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, no, let's just do a couple. There's a moment when Jackie is lying in that trash can when Monix comes over and he's like, "Hey, we got to still try for this team." He says, "What are you doing?" And Jackie Moon just goes, "Just living in a world of urine and pancakes." And he just starts eating dumpster pancakes. Don't eat those.
Don't eat those. Get those out of your mouth.
This is when, what's his name? Pat the ref. Father Pat the ref. He blows the whistle. He's traveling, and Jackie's like, no. One of them was a half step. The ref goes, "Come on, Jackie, you walked." And he goes, "Suck my cock, I'll murder your family." And he goes, "You're out of here." And he's like, "What did I say?" And the Father Pat the ref just goes, "You said S my C.
S my C.
S my C, man. You can't say that."
The name of the family. You can suck my cock, yeah.
The name of the family. A family seat, a cock seat tail.
Yeah.
A cocksuck tail.
Brilliant.
When Lynn comes to the locker room after she bails Monix out, and they're talking about their past relationships, she goes, "You think I've forgotten that you cheated on me twice?" And Monix goes, "Hey, I only cheated on you once. There just happened to be 2 women."
That's sick. He's cool.
He's chill with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what this is. I just thought it was super funny. They're talking about something, and at one point, Clarence just goes, "Now, who the fuck is Bambi?"
I don't remember why Bambi?
I don't remember the context. There's a moment when Monix is taking over the team, and he's trying to make him puke, right? And he's pushing Jackie to the limits. And Jackie just yells back to Monix, I wish you were still a washing machine.
Oh, that's a low blow, Jackie.
When he gets fouled super hard and he's like dead on the court, and they're trying to take him. He's comatose, and they're trying to take him to the locker room. Andy Daly, the commentator, Dick Pepperfield, he just goes, now Jackie's teammates are doing just an awful job of stabilizing his spine off the court.
Yeah, they keep dropping him. Yeah.
When the bear escapes, Jackie goes, everybody panic. Oh my God, there's a bear loose in the Coliseum. There will be no refunds. Your refund will be escaping this death trap with your life.
Yeah, that's great.
When Jackie's being interviewed for the news, when he's introducing the Mega Bowl, Jackie goes, in the annals of history, people are going to be talking about three things: the discovery of fire, the invention of the submarine, and the Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl.
I did miss most of that quote, but you landed the ship. That's okay.
The ship? You mean the submarine?
The submarine. That's all I heard. Submarine Mega Bowl. That's okay.
And the discovery of fire. Those are the big three.
I missed that part. Yeah.
Three more. What the fuck is this? I think it's when they're playing cards at the table. Maybe it's on their. Maybe it's on their show. The broadcasters, they have like their own show, but no, it's when they're playing cards. One of them goes, "The Swedes are my favorite producer of pornography," and I think Will Arnett goes, "Yeah, they make an excellent fuck picture."
A fuck picture. Yeah, that's a very Seth type of phrasing. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When Jackie is when they're saying they're going to give it their all in the last game against the Spurs, he looks over to Bobby D, Andy Richter's character, his promoter or whatever for the Flint Tropics, and Jackie goes, "Bobby D, you're like the son I never had. If my son was the exact same age as me, I guess you're like you're more like a friend, a half son, half friend, a son friend."
A son friend. I often feel the same way about you, Brandon.
A son friend? Oh my goodness! Wow, I'm so touched. I guess I took this one again. Jackie's team is just doing an awful job of stabilizing his spine. Well, I took the first one from IMDb and then I took it again. I must have really liked that one. So
it was a good one.
Yeah. 10 quotes.
That was it?
That was it.
I am, of course, protesting. I guess I can't protest the Israel-Hamas war anymore. That's over. Maybe, did I do that? Was that me? Because then I put the pressure on. I've been protesting for this long over this.
Yep.
Wow, Netanyahu must love the podcast.
Good job.
Fuck, I guess I gotta get some quotes in next week then.
Yeah, for my dinner with Andre, of course.
Of course.
So it's ratings time. Thermometer. What are you thinking for this bitch?
I can't. Am I up like a billion on Seth or just moderately?
2 billion.
2 billion on Seth.
I think you're actually
like 3-1 maybe. 2-2.
You're off on budget. You got, I think it's 2-2.
2-2. So coming down the stretch. Thermometer. I'm gonna say semi-pro. I don't think it was very critically well received. So I'm gonna go with a 40.
Seth wins. It's a 23%.
It's pretty low.
It's really low.
Ferrell flick.
What about the people though?
These are the people. People like semi-pro. I'm gonna say this is a 68.
Seth wins.
Fuck.
It's a 39.
The people. Lead.
And then how about Metascore?
Ricky Ticky Bicky. Metascore is going to be a 37.
Seth wins.
I think I'm out then.
He's up 5-2. It's a 47.
Ooey.
And last one. This is the audience score out of 10.
Ratings kicked my ass this week. We're going to go with a 5.0.
There you go. It's a 5.8.
Ooh, you almost went lower. Ooh-wee.
I know. So, a 5.8. Let's see where this lands. Critics gave it a 23 and a 47 for a 35, and audiences, a 39 and a 58 for a 49.
Okay.
A 5.8 lands it at, Jesus, right there. It's right with our others. At the 100th worst film we've done.
Right in the sweet spot.
Films just worse than this include Without a Paddle.
All right.
Babe, Pig in the City.
Great flick.
Aladdin 2, The Return of Jafar.
Pretty bad.
Valentine's Day. Monster Trucks.
Valentine's Day. Fuck Monster Trucks.
And Andre.
We love Andre. What's the fucking storyline in Valentine's Day? It's not Jake T. Austin, right?
Yeah, Jake T. No, that was not Jake T.
Right?
This is the one with Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner. This is the one where Josh Duhamel was a football player and he was gay. And remember, Julia Roberts was on the plane with Bradley Cooper and they were flying. Oh,
yeah, that was
Anne Hathaway's a phone sex worker.
Isn't Bradley Cooper gay with
Josh Duhamel? Yeah. And Anne Hathaway was a phone sex worker, but was in love with Topher Grace, I think.
These movies just fly by you, huh?
Films just better than Semi-Pro. The other film we've done, written by what's his name, Scott Armstrong, The Heartbreak Kid from 2007, just better than this.
Horrific.
Skyscraper.
Pretty bad.
Battleship. Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Fuck Clifford. I can't remember our consensus on Battleship. I think we said bad.
Yeah. Drop Dead Fred. And Cocaine Bear.
So maybe not the sweet spot.
But what are you giving Semi-Pro? Critics and people didn't like it.
There's the rub, Brandon. Revisiting my previous looks at this flick, I see that I had awarded it 3 stars on Letterboxd. And I think that's pretty commiserate with what my ranking is going to be. I think I'm going to rate this a 6.1 on the lasagna scale. Reasons being, I do think it's a pretty quippy, funny, great Will Ferrell comedy. In the sense that it does what it has to do. It gets the laughs out. It's about basketball. I like that. So I think the people are too harsh on this little sparkle.
Is this where we defer finally?
You're gonna diverge?
I'm a 6.2.
Oh, right there. Really?
I gave it a 3 out of 5 in my movie logbook that I just got. So
wow. We are compatico, me co-host.
Point one apart. I think Will Ferrell, I think he does a great job in this film. I thought Woody Harrelson's always great. I thought Andre 3000 was very good.
It's a good cast.
A lot of good humor in it, actually. I mean, there's some satire and some... But I found myself continuously laughing. It's nice and short and well-paced. Plus, they did their homework, actually, with the ABA, NBA stuff. They didn't just kind of throw together something. It was base... It was... They don't say based on a true story anymore. It's...
Inspired by
true events. Yes.
That's great. 2 roads diverged in a what's the poem? 2 paths diverged in a wooden, and we both took the same path. We're not doing what Robert Frost did, so we love it.
Have you ever read the poem "The
Two-Headed Diverged in a Yellow Wood"? That's what it is. No.
Something about how it's going to die and the farmer's going to kill it the next day, but at night it looks up at the stars and it sees like one moon or something like that.
Cool. I do love poetry.
Two-Headed Calf poem. Hold up, I'll read it to you right now. Tomorrow, when the farm boys find this freak of nature, they will wrap his body in newspaper and carry him to the museum. But tonight he is alive and in the north, field with his mother. It is a perfect summer evening, the moon rising over the orchard, the wind in the grass, and he stares into the sky, and as he stares into the sky, there are twice as many stars as usual.
It's about salvation.
That's so fucking good. Like, that poem is so good.
It's really good.
It makes me cry. You know what else makes me cry? Critic reviews.
Me too. I love them. My favorite part of the show. Big Rog, send them down.
No Big Rog. I've got Matt Zoller Seats, though, at New York Times.
I was reading something about Cormac McCarthy, and he read this book, Suttree. Roger Ebert did, and it was like in this section. I was like, "Why is Big Rog showing up here?" And he said, "It's the book that stands out with me in my entire life more than any other object." I was like, "Wow, Big Rog dropping in from the sky and some books."
Yeah. So Matt Zoller Seitz at New York Times says Semi-Pro finds the sweet spot between a sports melodrama and parody, and it hammers it for 90 diverting minutes.
Sure.
He liked it.
Thank you, Matt. He's on our
Peter Travers at Rolling Stone said, when the script by Scott Armstrong shoots air balls, Ferrell is a slam dunk.
Basketball terms. We just say Ferrell's good. I agree.
And Claudia Puig at USA Today says, although not exactly a slam dunk, Semi-Pro is definitely more than semi-funny.
Yeah. These critics need to do better. We do better work in our fucking Cats facts.
And then reviews. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The normal 7.
Give me that bitch.
No bitch. We got Snoopy style though.
He's kind of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, Seth. He is a bitch.
Yeah, a little bit.
Seth says the reason I like this movie is that I like these characters, and Ferrell is a hilarious idiot. He's ridiculous and stupid, and that's why it's funny. His stupidity keeps rolling, and he gets a few really big laughs. One has to be willing to enjoy the idiocy. It's not quite all the way to being a spoof, which probably caused some confusion to some. I think it's interesting to have a mix so that Ferrell's comedy doesn't wear out. 7 out of 10.
That's fair, Snoopy. I think it is a spoof, but yeah. But also, I think it's like an emotionally grounded spoof.
Yeah.
Is our fucking idiot cost mask show up here today?
He does not.
Good.
But there are 5 returners. Next returner is Prismark 10.
Ah, Prismarky.
And they say the film has a nice 1970s setting, and the merger of the ABA and NBA is based on fact. However, the film flops as a comedy, as the laughs are few and far between. In fact, I only found the bear wrestling scene with Kristen Wiig raised a laugh with me. Even the announcer scenes were largely predictable. Like other Ferrell comedies, the premise of the movie is absurd, and the characters in the film are not well drawn, and its main failing is that there was no comedy in the script. 3 out of 10.
The exact opposite review of Steph. You have to find out yourself, people.
Don't trust the people. Yeah.
Dig your own grave.
Next is returner 39.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, read the old ABA webpage and find out how much of the movie is true. Semi-Pro has many influences from the ABA. The slam dunk style, the bear wrestling, and cow milking contest were some of the funny material which made a great movie. Real life is funnier than fiction, and Semi-Pro has great material to work with. A goofy movie with a no better goofy actor than Will Ferrell. Lowball humor, not for the whole family, but my buddy Dax and his wife enjoyed the movie. 8 out of 10.
Shout out Dax.
And his wife.
And his wife. I do take umbrage with one thing. This is not a Goofy movie. That is a different film.
That movie's got Goofy in it.
Yeah, they got confused.
I do love a Goofy movie, though. A Goofy movie is really good.
Power Slide.
Next is returner Unique Particle.
Unique Particle.
And they say, I've only seen a few times, and I forget how enjoyable it is and hilarious. I love the cast. I now own 4 movies with Woody Harrelson. Money Train, No Country for Old Men, Venom, and this movie. 9 out of
What
10.
a collection. Yeah, what an eclectic mix.
They like the movie, but they mostly just wanted to say which Woody Harrelson movies they own.
Good for them.
I might nominate them. I like that. That's stupid.
That's good. That might be, yeah.
Last Returner is Smells Like
Honestly, year.
Cheese.
This guy. Also
This
movie
girl.
award nominee. Yeah.
She says, I work in a movie theater part-time, and we got semi-pro. Now, I hate Will Ferrell with a passion. I don't get how people love his movies. Some of them are funny, but it's more of his side characters that get the laughs from me. But I figured I needed a laugh after work, and I decided to just go ahead and see the movie. I saw it for free, and even that was too much for what this film was. Semi-Pro is seriously just stupid. I'm not saying that because of Will Ferrell. I just mean this film is very unfunny, and the only part that made me laugh was the bear attacking Will Ferrell. Sad, huh? I'm really not trying to be a hater on the film, but how do people laugh at this junk? Will Ferrell plays the same character in each of his films. Doesn't anyone catch on? Semi-Pro is just a bad movie. I promise you, just stay away from this film. 2 out of 10.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think even the people who dislike this film are drawn to the bear attack for some reason.
And the bear attack is not a scene that stands out to me at all. It's not one of the funnier scenes in my.
Yeah, they love it. They're warped of psycho fucks.
And then 2 newcomers to finish it off. First is by Beau Bridges.
Oh.
He says, unless you think stereotyping working class cities and people is funny, you won't like Semi-Pro. It's not like we're ever going to see an action-packed historical epic about the Flint sit-down strikes coming out of Hollywood. No. Can't have the working class pride getting in the way of the upper crust's effort to justify their false superiority and the manner in which they treat the people who actually do the work that generates the wealth that butters their bread. For all intents and purposes, everyone who worked on Semi-Pro is a semi-scab. 1 out of 10.
That's good. That's good. That's like good critical analysis because that's like from a Marxist perspective. I love it.
Also, it's kind of crazy, but
also deranged. But that's life, baby.
We should get Beau Bridges on for our an auction-based episode. Have a good school of thought to go into it. They just think like that. Classist.
Yeah, Marxist, absolutely. Versus Seth's insertion of biographical details.
Also his comedy-based lens.
He often picks that, yeah.
Rollerball would have been a good one to look at as a classist one. Actually, sure. I think you kind of already did the capitalist aspect, but still.
For sure. And yours is always entropic, right?
Yeah.
You love the entropy, yeah.
And my last review is by newcomer Stephen Chase 63504.
Stephen Chase?
Chase.
Oh.
I know, right? 63504, and they say the movie's most profane word is the F word, which is fuck. 10 out of 10.
Good review. I love it.
They didn't actually say fuck. They said the F word, which is asterisk, 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 but they meant fuck.
That's a good review. Also, in their own way, a genius.
So, 2 geniuses, 2 recommends.
Yes. Full stop. Yeah.
Not for kids, but I would definitely recommend like a sit down kind of.
If it's
comedy
11
with
and up, they'll like it.
Teenagers, yeah.
Yeah. 12 and up, maybe, yeah. It's
good pacing, nice and brisk, kind of fun, upbeat with the basketball stuff.
Will Ferrell,
I enjoy it.
Every kid loves Will Ferrell, especially this era.
And so that's going to end week 3 of the Andre Assholes.
Welcome to Chez Andre.
In Andre month, and we've got our masterpiece coming up next.
My Dinner with?
Andre. My Dinner with Andre. I'm excited. Like I told you off air, I didn't know anything about it, so I started writing the script. I was like, oh my God, it's just like 2 people. Like that's it. It's just them talking for an hour and 50 minutes.
Which is the kind of movie I think me and you love to dig into the weeds of. A sort of a slow burn, philosophical,
But
nothing happens.
Seth wants to be here too.
Yeah, Seth will complain, but that's okay. We love the old tall bitch.
The old tall bitch. So that's gonna end it this week. Watch My Dinner with Andre. Tune in next week. I'm hoping to get some guests lined up for us coming forward. And love me sexy.
Love Brandon sexy.
Yeah, me. Love me sexy. Love me sexy. Baby, won't you tell me to love me sexy?
Is it on Spotify?
I don't know. I was gonna look it up last week and see if I could download it on. You know what song from a movie I downloaded on my phone recently?
What?
Scotty Doesn't Know.
That's a great song, of course.
Marina and I
God
just
damn it.
watched Euro Trip recently. She had never seen before. So it came on, she's like, oh, that's from this movie? I was like, oh, yeah.
That is from that movie.
Alex doesn't know that Jinjo and me
You're fucking the cat?
do it in my van every Sunday.
All right, I'll send you these home fry.
It is on Apple
There it is. I
Music.
knew it probably was.
Listed under Jackie Moon, not Will Ferrell.
Come on, girl. Yeah. Let's get sweat.
That could be one of the quotes, like the pauses.
Time for a sweat.
Right? Oh, that would be good.
Love me sexy.
That's a bop.
Good.
Hit me up with these tomorrow, and then I'll get it edited.
Wait.
Bye,
See you,
Lukas.
Brandy.
Bye,
Now.
Joe. Bye, Alex.